Hi there, it's Ruth, and today we'll be adding fractions. Now, in this example, we have a whole number and a fraction component. We'll be looking at two different ways in which we could approach this type of question. The first way, we'll separate the whole number and fraction components, add them separately, and then combine them at the end. So the first fraction has a whole number of 2. And the second fraction has a whole number of 5. So we're going to just add them separately. 7. Now the first fraction has a fraction component of 1 over 3, and the second has 2/5. So we like to go ahead and add these. We'll realize that they don't have a common denominator, so we can't just go ahead and add the numerators. We need to establish a common denominator between both fractions. So we start with 3, and we'll skip count 6, 9, 12, 15. And the second fraction has a denominator of 5. So we'll go ahead with our multiples, 5, 10, 15. All right, so we see that the lowest common denominator will be 15. So both fractions must be rewritten with a denominator of 15. 1 over 3 must be rewritten with a denominator of 15. So we ask ourselves, what do we multiply 3 by so as to get 15? The answer is 5. Whatever we do to the denominator, we must do to the numerator. So 1 over 3 rewritten with a denominator of 15 becomes 5 over 15. And the second fraction, 2 over 5, must be rewritten with a denominator of 15. Again, we ask ourselves, what number do we multiply 5 by so as to get 15? The answer is 3. Whatever we do to the denominator, we must do to the numerator. So 2 must also be multiplied by 3. So 2 over 5 rewritten with a denominator of 15 becomes 6 over 15. Now that we have a common denominator between both fractions, we could go right ahead and add the numerators. So 5 over 15 plus 6 over 15 becomes 11 over 15 because 5 plus 6 is 11. So we have a whole number component and a fraction component added separately. So we need to combine them together. 7 plus 11 over 15 is going to give us 7 and 11 over 15. So 2 and 1/3 plus 5 and 2/5 is 7 and 11 over 15. That's one way of doing it. Another way is by converting the mixed numbers to improper fractions, adding the improper fractions, and then converting back to mixed numbers. And I'll link a video at the end which explains the way in which we can make the conversion between mixed numbers and improper fractions. So we multiply the whole number and the denominator, then add the numerator. So 2 and 1/3 rewritten as an improper fraction is 7 over 3 because 2 times 3 is 6 and 6 plus 1 is 7. 5 and 2/5 rewritten as an improper fraction is 27 over 5 because 5 times 5 is 25. 25 plus 2 is 27. Again, we don't have a common denominator. But from the previous example, we know that this common denominator will be 15. Again, what do we multiply 3 by to get 15? And it's 5. Whatever we do to the denominator, we must do to the numerator. So 7 times 5 is 35. 7 over 3 rewritten with a denominator of 15 is 35 over 15. So that's the first fraction. Second fraction is 27 over 5. And again, we know that the lowest common denominator is 15. So we ask ourselves again, what do we multiply 5 by to get 15? It's 3. 5 times 3 is 15. So we must multiply the numerator by 3. 27 by 3 is 81. So now that we have a common denominator, we can go right ahead and add the fractions. 35 over 15 plus 81 over 15 becomes We'll extend the fraction bar. 35 plus 81 is 116 over 15. So this is correct. It's an improper fraction. It's correct. But we want to convert this improper fraction back to a mixed number, because we want to know how many whole 15s can we get from 116. And we can find that out by doing our division. So we'll set up our long division. 116, and we're going to be dividing by 15. We know that 15 times 6 is 90. 15 times 7, 15 times 7, 35. 15 times 7 is 105. So we can get 15 from 116 7 whole times. And we do our subtraction, 651. Okay, so this setup here will help us to derive our mixed number. And we know that we get 15 from 116 7 whole times. And there's a remainder of 11, and the denominator stays the same. So the remainder here gives us the numerator. The denominator remains unchanged, and our whole number is 7. So we got the same answer by two different ways. It depends on how comfortable the student is with their division and multiplication. We use two different ways. The first way is by separating the whole numbers, adding them, separating the fractions, adding them, and then combining them at the end. The second way is by converting the mixed numbers to improper fractions, adding the improper fractions, and then converting the improper fractions back to mixed numbers. Two different ways, same answer. I added two questions to the right here just for students who want additional practice. Again, thank you for watching, and if you have any questions at all, please feel free to leave them in the comments. Thank you so much.